Black Sabbath. 13. 35 years in the making. There's now been a full-length studio album of Black Sabbath with Ozzy Osbourne since 1978's Never Say Die. There have been plenty of Black Sabbath albums since, as well as a few studio tracks with Ozzy, but never a full-length album. Until now. The hype of this cannot be overstated. Black Sabbath were formed in 2011 with the original lineup of Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward, but problems came up in early 2012. Bill Ward dropped out due to contract problems, and Tony Iommi was diagnosed with cancer. Iommi has been treated since and has been doing okay. The band recorded the new album without Ward, and instead producer Rick Rubin recruited Rage Against the Machine drummer Brad Wilk, whose name is almost an anagram of Bill Ward. The album has now been released June 11th, and Sabbath are currently on and off touring because Tony Iommi is still being treated. Now to the review. There's been a lot of talk about the album going back to early Sabbath. Producer Rick Rubin had the band listen to the first album again, and then said, "Now make the follow-up to that." I do see the influence of the early Sabbath, such as Zeitgeist sounding like Planet Caravan, and Damaged Souls very bluesy and features Ozzy on harmonica, just kinda like The Wizard. But I see this as more as how Sabbath should sound in the 21st century. It feels like they're calling back to their origins, yet giving us something new. It's been 45 years. The guys are older, the music world has changed, technology has advanced. You can't really expect them to sound the same as they did in the early 70s. Now let's go to a track-by-track review. End of the Beginning, 13's opening track. It is reminiscent of the song Black Sabbath. Ozzy's performance is wicked, and Geezer's sci-fi lyrics are always great. It warms us up to the new Sabbath. God is Dead, even more reminiscent of the song Black Sabbath. This is the lead single from the album, which was pretty ballsy of Sabbath, a 9-minute song to be released first. I wasn't a huge fan of this song at first. It was a real grower, like a lot of the other songs from the album. It has a real great build-up and it gets pretty epic. Sabbath's religious songs are always great and never get too preachy. Though great, it is a bit long. They probably should have cut out a verse or two. Loner. Sabbath talking about life. I love the midsection, which gets really groovy. Not a standout track, but still good. Zeitgeist. To sum up, Planet Caravan Part 2. It has a similar vibe with the mellow acoustical guitar, tribal drums, and spacey lyrics. Luckily, Ozzy sounds like Ozzy, and there are no obvious vocal effects, which help it not be a rip-off of Planet Caravan. This song goes well with Sabbath's other mellow songs. Age of Reason. This is tied for my favorite track from the album. Starting out with a crushing riff from Iommi, Ozzy kicks in with a lot of energy. Another riff towards the middle is the doomiest riff on the album. The midsection reminds me of the choppy midsection from Hand of Doom as well. The song even has choirs on it, making it really epic. Live Forever. Another song about life and living. A faster tempo song than others here, as well as on the shorter side. It's a serviceable song to the album. Damaged Soul. A bluesy track, this one harkens back to the first album, especially The Wizard, as it features Ozzy on harmonica. Lyrics of the occult are always nice as well. Like God is Dead, this song does go a bit too long though. Dear Father, tied with Age of Reason for my favorite song from the album. Both Iommi and Ozzy give us great riffs and vocal melodies. Geezer's lyrics of priest molestation surprisingly make a great song without being explicit. I especially love the line, "You prayed upon my flesh, then prayed for my soul." The song ends with rain, thunder, and church bells, exactly how the first one started, bookending Black Sabbath's discography. Now for the bonus tracks. Methodemic. Another great fast-paced song. It's a great song about drugs, and it seems like Ozzy is talking about himself. Peace of Mind. Not much to say besides a decent track with a good riff. Pariah. It has a great chugging riff and catchy melodies from Ozzy. Naivete in Black. A reference to NIB, it's a nice, fast-paced song. This album has been a real grower. It wasn't after about 6 listens did I really appreciate it. Overall, I like the album. Iommi gives us riffs to headbang to, Ozzy's vocal melodies are still hypnotic, and Geezer's bass is still bumping, and his lyrics of religion, life, and sci-fi still work today. Brad Wilk's drumming is serviceable. He's no Bill Ward, but he gets the job done good enough. For the album, though, some of the songs could have been a bit shorter. Overall, I think this album is great. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now, if you're more interested in Black Sabbath stuff, check out my top 10 Black Sabbath songs video. See ya.